What's up, everybody? It's Christopher DAV1D on ECF coming at you from my zoo. My God, my house is insane right now. I'm in the middle of moving. My kids are nuts, so I apologize for any interruptions during this video. Today I am doing a review on some cartos that I got from Kickbassvapor.com. They are the new Clear Dual coil cartomizers. Now when you get them, they come with this 901 cart tip, whatever you want to call it. It's the same ones that come on the 901 atomizers. It's a whistle tip. It's a nice little tip for the carto. However, they don't work well. It comes up so close to the filler in there that it blocks all airflow, and you get half of the vapor that this thing has the capacity to put out. So when you get these, I would just toss the tip and do what I did and put any 510 901 drip tip on there. This one, you'll see, like, gives you a lot more room between the tip and the filler, so there's room for air to circulate. Now, when I got this and I first filled it, it took forever to fill. One tip is if you drip and then blow into it, it'll actually like push the juice down into it further, which makes your next drips easier to soak right through. Especially when you're using VG liquid, it's a lot more difficult to get it to soak in the first time you fill the carto. So put it in there and you'll notice it's settling on top. Just blow in and it'll soak itself further in, and then your next drips will soak in quicker. So that's just a tip to help you fill these things. I'm going to be honest with you. When I first started vaping these, I was not into the flavor. I was getting this weird undertone that I wasn't really into, and I used the juice that I know the best, which is Rice Krispie Treat. Anybody knows me knows that's my favorite liquid in the world. And I wasn't digging it. I was getting this, I don't know if it was a filler taste or what it was, but I just was not into the flavor that I was getting. After a couple hours of putting this thing through the paces, though, I am really into it now. The flavor changed to where I'm getting just pure Rice Krispie Treat flavor when I'm vaping it and no other weird undertones. You see what I'm talking about? So it is, while it's not the same as dripping, like if you're a heavy dripper like I am, nothing is going to give you that same flavor. There's just no cartomizer out there, get it out of your head, that will give you that same flavor. Every cartomizer is going to be muted to some point, the flavor. However, some less than others. This one, compared to Boge's, like I've been going back and forth. I have Boge cartomizer here with Rice Krispie Treat in it. The flavor and vapor production are insane how much different they are. This has 2 coils in it, rated at 3.2 ohms each, giving you a 1.5 ohm vaping experience. So it's like vaping high voltage. I've been reading up on these online, and they're claiming that you could vape them at high voltage. But when I set my ProVary to above 4.5 volts, it gives me an error message saying that basically it's too much voltage for this cartomizer. So at 3.7, which is what I'm about to show you, this thing vapes like a champ. It's great. You can't compare it to a Boge cartomizer, so I'll take a hit and show you. It gives you that same vaping experience that you would get from a low resistance atomizer or low resistance cartomizer. Actually, I've tried like the 306 LR cartos, and this gives way better vapor production than those do. The flavor is way better than a Boge cartomizer or other cartomizer. It's still muted to some degree, but nowhere near as much as it is on a Boge. And I'll take a hit off the Boge just to show you. So as you can see, the other one definitely gives you way better vapor production. I am so sorry for like the insane noise right now. Conclusion. Why buy a Boge cartomizer when you can get these? I got these from KBV. He sent them to me for the purpose of reviewing. However, if it was shit, I would tell you it was. These are $10. Some people are selling them for $12 to $13 to... I saw one for $14 on a website. So $10 for a box of 5 of these is pretty damn good. And in my opinion, well worth it. I personally wouldn't buy Boge cartomizers after using these just because you get a ton more juice in it. If you match them up side by side, there's at least a third more filler in the Clear Dual coil than there is in the Boge. Because you got to figure, it's only coming up to here, the filler. So you're getting way more filler in there, which means you're holding more liquid, filling it less. Between that and the fact that there's 2 coils in here burning at the same time, giving you a ton more vapor, the flavor is much more pronounced than a Boge cartomizer. I just see no reason to vape another cartomizer. Even like the Clearomizer, Fluxomizers, to me those just have no flavor to them at all. This one, out of all cartomizers, I'm getting the most flavor out of these than any other. Wow. He is like going nuts over there. So, still muted a little like every other cartomizer, but not as much as every other. You're getting way more flavor and a much closer vape to dripping. Not the same, but much closer. I'll take one hit and then we'll start to wrap this up because my house is like insane right now. This is about the only cartomizer, that's the other thing, that I can vape at 3.7 volts. I cannot vape a Boge cartomizer at 3.7. I have to vape it at high volts just because to me it's just not a satisfying vape. This one at 3.7 volts is actually satisfying and I can vape it at 3.7 without feeling like I want more. I want more vapor. It's a really satisfying vape at 3.7. The other thing is, like the Clearomizers, you can actually take this apart. You can pull, I don't want to do it right now because it's full of juice, but you can pull the clear casing off and rinse the coils. So, in my opinion, it's going to last longer because you're able to rinse the coils off, and it's been done and actually works. You can rinse the filler in there and put it back in there and actually cover it right back up. So, it's probably going to last you longer because you can keep your coil from getting all gunked up by just rinsing it off with some water, putting it back together, letting it dry off, and vaping. When your cartos go on you, 99% of the time it's because the coil gets so gunked up that it just finally blows out. So if you can prevent that by rinsing these, then hell, it's going to obviously last you longer. Or just don't bother because they're $2 a piece. So if you get 2-3 weeks out of a carto, which I've done on Boge, so I'm assuming you can on these, then hell, $2 for 3 weeks worth of vaping, like it's worth it to me. So, end result, I dig them. It's the closest that you're going to come to dripping without dripping. It's still more muted than dripping, but much, much better flavor than all the other cartomizers out there. Definite win. Hit up KBV. So far, from what I've seen, they have them the cheapest. They're $10 for a box. KBV's shipping is incredible. It's like $2.50 instead of some of these vendors where you're paying $5, $6, $7 for shipping. So you buy a $10 pack of cartomizers and you're paying $6 for shipping. I just don't get that. To me, it's insane. So hit KBV up. They have incredible juices. These cartomizers are great, and the shipping is dirt cheap. Where can you go wrong? Thanks for watching. Comment, post, PM me. That says it all. Thanks, guys.